All right, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a follow-up video to one I did last week. I got a few people with comments, and then it made me also looking through the video. I realized I said something that was wrong once I saw it. So I figured this is just going to be a follow-up for a couple of little of disease states that you would find on Plumerias. And again, just another follow-up to taking care of Plumerias. So right here, before we treat this, I figured it'd be a great video to show what rust is. So I'm going to go through like 3 things that are probably the most common that we see here. I mean, again, once again, I'm outside of Houston, Texas. So rust is one of the 3 most common. Ironically, the 3 I'm going to talk about, a lot of it has to do with poor ventilation, again, with not a good airflow. And in this case, this one, it happens at a time. I mean, now we've moved some things around. So, but again, this is rust. So this is what you start to see on your leaves when you start to see rust. So if you lift this leaf up, we're going to see all this yellow, and this is the rust. I don't want to break it loose. I'm trying to be gentle because, you can infect other things. So really the only way to take care of this is I'm going to end up cutting all these leaves off. Again, good ventilation, good watering, good ventilation. There's really nothing like other than removing these leaves. You can treat some stuff, with a lot of the fungicides, and we do. I mean, but in this case, I'm just going to remove all the infected leaves and then make sure and check every plant around it to make sure there aren't any other plants that have it. I mean, that's your most common. That's what we do. I mean, we just remove the leaves. I'll get up close so you can really see what this looks like. So give me a second just so I can zoom in on that. All right, so you're going to see this is the rust. This is what you do not want on your plants. When you start to see signs of this, remove the infected leaves immediately. And I mean, that's the best course to take with this. Just remove this. Again, you can use fungicidal soaps and things to help with this, mitigate this. But that is your number one thing. Just remove the leaves that have become infected. These plants grow fast. I'll remove all these leaves on this one. Luckily, none of the other ones around it have it so far. So if I attack this one fast, we'll be good. So give me a second. I'm going to move over and I'm going to show us our next issue. Okay. All right. So our next issue, and I left this right here. Luckily, we don't have this real bad right now. But my last video, I mentioned white flies, which is not what I meant to say. We don't really see too many white fly issues with plumerias, but spider mites. This is the spider mite. And this is where you end up running into the issue with the spider mites. So you'll see this yellowing, which the spider mites start sucking out all the life out of this leaf, basically. Now, this isn't very bad. When it gets real bad, you'll see almost like a webbing. Well, it is a webbing that covering this. So this is just where it starts. The reason I'm showing this one, because where this came from was this tomato plant. Now you can really see it all over these tomato leaves. And again, that's where it came from, and it jumped to this plant. So again, spider mites, another big thing about spider mites, good air circulation. You want good air circulation. because if it's, I mean, and even these, in some cases, you could blast them off with water, use some neem oil. So we're going to treat a couple of these things later today. But again, with this one, same thing. Cut off the infected leaves as long as you don't notice it, and you'll be good. I mean, it doesn't, like, this one you can see, like, once, and anybody that has plumerias know, they'll grow pretty fast. You just cut off these infected leaves. Luckily, again, like I said before, nothing around this. It's just this one close to this tomato got hit with these spider mites. And again, this is not a very bad infestation. You'll see where it'll look like webbing and it starts getting. So remove the leaves. You can treat this again with like a 3-in-1 or certain things to spray on this to get rid of them. And since you're obviously not going to be ingesting plumerias, it's okay to do that. The tomato, obviously, I have a different issue, so which that's not going to last long anyways. So, but in a lot of the spots where we've had these tomatoes near these plants, those tomatoes are what they jump off of. So again, cut the leaves, get rid of the infected leaves, and you should be good to go. And just let that plant come back to life. It'll be good. All right, on to the third thing, or the most common things we see with plumeria. So give me a second. All right, our last and one of most common things, anthracnose. So pretty obvious, this anthracnose, you get these black, some of them say like pustule. That sounds kind of gross, but really just start seeing these black spots. They start eating through it. Again, remove the infected leaves. Now, the good thing about this, it doesn't kill the plant. It just doesn't look good. So again, this is one plant out of the thousands that we have that have this. So again, anthracnose is another very common thing we deal with here. Remove the infected leaves. Again, with this, a lot of these, again, every one of these things that I've talked about today, it's good airflow. If you're getting good airflow, this one was a little too bunched up. So again, we'll start getting, that's the thing with a lot of these. If you're too bunched up, leaves, again, even with plumerias, remove these lower leaves. You'll see even this, you know, another good point of with the plumerias is they will naturally start dropping the lower leaves. Like when it gets hot and they're trying to feed the new leaves, they're going to drop these low leaves, the older leaves. So that's not a sign of panic. This one, those aren't ready. They'll usually just fall out, like that one, just fall off on its own. I don't pull them hard. That was just a light little tug. You don't want to break these off if you can help it. Always cut, because you can injure the plant, cause infections if you just start snapping them off. Some people do. I've seen issues, so we just let them get to a point. Like if I barely tug on that, it should pop off. If it doesn't, I'm gonna leave it alone. Even in winter, when we're gonna winterize stuff, we cut them and then let the little piece end up falling off on its own. So again, three things we've dealt with: the spider mites, the rust, and the anthracnose. Every one of these with us, it's again, because we have a lot and a lot of leaves, it's good circulation. You got good circulation, you got good wind flow. Also, watering is another big one. You can't be off and on watering. You can stress out the plants. This is where a lot of this stuff, good healthy plants can fight off some of this stuff, but then they get stressed. So try not to stress out the plant. But that's the big thing. So those three things: make sure you got good circulation, You can use a 3-in-1, and I'll show you that in a second, just to help fight off some of the your neem oils and things for the spider mites. You can use some of that. Sometimes we've had good luck, some plants not so much. It's just we need a little more to fight it. So again, your insecticidal soaps will help with like the rust and the spider mites. And a matter of fact, with this one, like I said, just remove the infected leaves, and just watch. Again, this all can be, and again, we have a lot of plants, so this is few of the many that we deal with, and it's just in our warm, humid temperature, getting good air circulation is what it's about. So again, just the quick little things. I thought I wanted to correct myself in my last video when I referred to white flies when I was really talking about spider mites. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to show the things that we use real quick that I also mentioned in the other video. So give me 1 second and I will show you that. Be right back. All right. So again, just a quick, again, this is one of the things, there's no paid advertisement or anything. Nobody's giving me money for this. This is just one of the things we use. Just a quick 3-in-1 insect mite control. You know, it works on the spider mites, it works on the rust. So this is something you can use to help control some of this. So the other thing that I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to talk about was, this is the Plumeria food that I was talking about before. One of the ones we use, again, there's multiple out there. But this is the Nelson's. This is what we use every 4 weeks. Sometimes we miss, sometimes we're not on it, but that's our goal. So one of the ones we use, again, nobody's paying me to talk about this. It's just one of our locals that we use. Many one of them out there. You can find them. So again, something else I wanted to show real quick. Just the food, some of what we use to control some of these issues. Again, out of all the plants we have, I mean, there's a handful that we have issues in. So I don't want to scare people. I just want to make you aware. And you know, other things too, shoot me some comments or anything. If you come up with, you have a question about anything, and I'll try and answer it the best I can. Again, you know, this is all based on our experience, my own opinions. We've been growing Plumerias for 16 years now. And as you can see, we're doing pretty good. So hope you enjoy this video. Again, please give me a like if you like it. Also, if you have any questions and there's future video you want me to make, shoot some comments in there. So once again, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day.